Hello and welcome back to Per My Last Email. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome to my channel. Oh, it's so good to have you here. I have a very special guest with me today. This plant I got from IKEA. Oh my God. So today I went to an event. It was a young professionals event for the St. Paul Chamber of Commerce, and it was an executive roundtable. And they invited 5 prominent executives from different companies in the area to come and basically answer questions. And so one of the questions that I asked was, in your career, do you feel like you've been pulled up, or do you feel like in your experience you just applied to good jobs and they accepted you? And this one woman, she was a woman of color, and she was a senior vice president for a global company. She had worked with a whole bunch of Fortune 500 companies. What she said was like, oh my God. So I had to share it with y'all. I feel like as young professionals, we maybe can forget this. So she said that she wasn't pulled up, but she was propped up by her support system, and she really spoke to the importance of having a sponsor. I made a video a few months ago about the importance of mentors. Welcome back to Per My Last Email. And today we're gonna talk all about mentorship. I think that mentors are really great. They give you good advice and they tell you what you should do, or they are there to kind of vent to. They give you a different perspective. You can bounce ideas off of them. But a sponsor is different from a mentor. If you want to move up and around a company, you need a sponsor. A sponsor is somebody of importance who can speak on your behalf when it's time to make hiring decisions. Just like a mentor, a sponsor doesn't have to be an executive. It's nice, like they have the ultimate clout, but a sponsor doesn't necessarily have to be an executive. They just have to be somebody that's important, that's just respected, that people listen to, or just somebody who has made a name for themselves. And so when they speak about you, they kind of relate you to them. And so it kind of gives you clout. It's kind of like referent power. Referent power means that you have power based on association. And so having a sponsor that has a good reputation, speaking on your behalf, in turn makes you have a good reputation too, in a way. When she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so true. Like, sponsors are very important. Everybody that I know that's in a position of power is only there because they know somebody, or they work with somebody, or work for somebody that helped them to get into the position that they have. Even me, the position that I have now, the only reason why I wouldn't say the only reason, but one of the major influencing factors in me getting this job is that I knew somebody that was in the room with people who are making the hiring decisions, and so she put my name in the hat. And so her speaking on my behalf helped me to get the job. You don't believe me? Ask anybody that's in a position of power. How did they get that job? Either because somebody recommended them, they know somebody, that person was in the room with the people who were making the decisions, or knew people who were making the hiring decisions, and that person vouched for whoever was vying for the position. And it's just so crazy because, like, you could be so qualified, you could be such a hard worker, you could be the best person for the job, but the people don't know you. The people do not know you, so they're not just gonna let anybody in a job. Really good companies hire internally anyway. So when somebody can vouch for you, like, invaluable, invaluable. Even my mentor, one of my mentors, she was telling me, like, yeah, she wasn't even trying to be a director. Like, she was just doing her job, and her mentor / sponsor was like, no, I'm about to put you in this position because I know your work ethic. And so sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it has to be an outside force to pull you up there. The executive that made the comment ended up saying, like, you know, if you don't have a sponsor, you need to ask and find one. Like, you need to find somebody that you know, sit down with them and be like, listen, here's where I am. This is where I want to be. How can you help me to get there? You have to know what you want, and you have to be able to communicate that to the right people. And again, it doesn't have to be an executive. You know, a manager with a really good reputation, or you know, a supervisor, or you know, an executive assistant. Anybody with just a little bit of clout, invite them out to coffee. You can offer to pay for it. They're gonna probably say no, but offer anyway, and be like, listen, I really just need your help. I need your help because I really want to get into this position, and I don't think that I can get there alone. Like, can you help me out? In so many words. And sometimes it really is hard. The executive that I talked to, she said, I just had to ask somebody, like, listen, can you help me? Can you help me get to this position? And if people have worked with you and if they know you, they will. And people who don't know you that you are reaching out to will most likely say yes to meeting with you, because why would they say no? And if they do say no, who cares? Everybody I've ever reached out to connect to has told me yes, or they haven't responded, which is not a no. So corporate America, y'all know this, is all about the game. And it's draining and annoying sometimes, but you have to play the game if you want to make it up the ranks. You have to do the work, of course, but also play the game. Everybody that you know that's in these positions are playing the game. They know somebody who helped them get to where they are. They're being propped up. Everybody who is up has been propped up. Simple as that. And a mentor can give you great advice, but a sponsor is going to get you in the door, going to get you the job. As soon as I left the event, I started thinking like, dang, I need a sponsor. And the crazy part about it is I have somebody in mind. I know somebody with a great reputation. Everybody knows her. Everybody thinks that she's amazing. Everybody thinks she's a hard worker. They think that she's like the bomb. They love her. Luckily for me, she loves me. And every time I've ever asked her for something, you know, she's helped me out. Whenever she asks me for something, I always come through for her. So I have established a really good working relationship with her. She knows that she can count on me to get things done. And so when it comes time for me to start transitioning into a new role, I'm gonna reach out to her and I'm gonna be like, hey, I really wanna do this. Do you know anybody? Can you tell them about me? Can you help me? Like, what do I need to do to get here? Because I don't think that I can get there by myself. But I really, really want to do this. What do you think? And I think that just by her mentioning my name to somebody, I think that'll be enough, because she has clout. What did Cardi B say? Do anything for clout? Listen, we gotta get this bag. We gotta get this bag. And I'm telling you, relationships and networking is the key. And it's not just networking like, oh, let me just meet these people. It's like, I hate to say this, but it's like, I want to meet you with the intention of how can we connect further in the future. I'm not gonna say how can I use you, but just how can we connect? How can I help you, and how can you help me in the future? You have to be very strategic with who you get in contact with. Not always, but just sometimes, like, you have to be kind of strategic going, I'm gonna go to this place and meet with this person for a specific reason, because I know that I want to be here and I know that I need this, and so I'm going to establish a relationship, and hopefully it'll have a return on investment when I need it to. So you need to find, if you're looking for a job, I know people who have applied 1,000 different places, like applying to the same company over and over and over and over and over. Even my friend who did the video for me, who said she applied to the same job like 40 times, what eventually helped her get into the door was knowing somebody. So find a sponsor, find somebody who can vouch for you, who can put you in the door, because it's gonna be hard to get there by yourself. And if you don't have anybody, start a relationship today. Even if you don't plan on leaving your job soon, you plan on leaving in the next few months, next year, next 2 years, start those relationships. Reach out. Hey, I'm just reaching out to you. I'm really inspired by your work. I really admire your work ethic. I want to learn more about your career. I want to learn more about your story. I want to learn more about you. Meet with them, go to coffee, talk for an hour. And then at the end of y'all's talking, at the end of your meetings, be like, you know, I really enjoyed our conversation. Do you mind meeting with me once a quarter to just talk and discuss so I can keep up with you? They'll probably say yes. And then maybe reach out and say, hey, you know, do you need anything? I'm willing to help you. Kind of prove your self-worth to them. And then next thing you know, they got to open it in their area, and they're like, oh, that person ought to be great for this job. Then they say your name. Say my name, say my name. Thank you for watching per my last email. I'll see y'all later. Bye.